The European Parliament is to adopt a report on Georgia. It is the report about implementation of our association agreement we have between the European Union and Georgia. As you know, this summer Georgia was provided with the candidate status for the European Union in waiting. I mean, in principle, it is a candidate country, but Georgia is still given extra time and some conditionality to be implemented in order to be a fully fledged candidate country. Why is that? Because the political system in Georgia remains very much polarized. There are serious doubts about the full implementation of criteria on rule of law, democratic criteria, freedom of expression, work of journalists, and so on. Georgia needs to improve its standings, especially on those so-called soft democratic human rights criteria, which is not secondary at all. We don't want to give and to see another urbanization like Hungary for the time of being. We need a country which is our partner, but on which we can rely as a strong country performing well on democratic criteria. We have expressed our serious concerns about the state capture and still remaining corruption cases in Georgia. So Georgians have to understand why we are critical. Because we see certain attempts from highly ranked politicians in Georgia to run the country as its own company. So that's why any phenomena of oligarchization, state capture, will be studied and followed by us very scrupulously. So that's why our report on one side is positive, monitoring and analyzing economic criteria, but rather critical and asking for some more proof from the Georgian government side in order to make a high appraisal as well as evaluation on Georgia's performance. Georgia needs European Union, and European Union needs reliable partners. I wish to convey a very clear message to Georgians. Civil society must have its place in state policies. Civil society must have a strong say and influence on country's strategy. So that's why politicians should not overplay with their powers, consult, be inclusive in order to bring the existing polarization, political polarization in Georgia to nothing. I wish Georgia to be better assessed, given better ranking, but let's be frank, we need democratic and well-running Georgia, not being, in the pocket of some politicians. I hope next year we will have more arguments to be rather positive on Georgia's performance. Thank you.